Hello and welcome to SCL Playoffs. This is Po Noob here with Steph,
Hello.
and we got two, potentially long sets here lined up for you. It's going to be Yeesh versus YerAnd, and then we have Pears versus Scallions.
So today we'll be starting it off with our Bronze Division Championship match between Yeesh and YerAnd.
Yeah, I believe they went 1-1 in the regular season, and then actually were tied for points coming into this match.
With YerAnd having the first place advantage of needing only to hit 8 games to win.
Do you have the picks and bans?
Yes, I do. So something a little bit different between playoffs and regular season matches is that the picks and bans are a little bit longer and then slightly more complicated. In playoffs, they include something called doubled maps, where they'll play those two maps in the beginning as well as the end of the set. So starting things off, Yeesh bans Veranda 5 of 7. YerAnd bans Balcony any 2 of 3. Yeesh bans any 5 of 8 for the random variant as well, and YerAnd bans the other variant of Balcony. Yeesh continues with choosing to double Gallery any 4 of 8. YerAnd picks to double Panop any 5 of 8. And then we go back into bans. So Yeesh bans High Rise 3 of 5. YerAnd bans Modern any 2 of 3. Yeesh bans Pub 3 of 5. And YerAnd bans Modern Pick 2 of 3. Going back into picks, Yeesh picks Ballroom any 4 of 8, YerAnd picks Pub any 4 of 7, Yeesh picks Double Modern any 3 of 5, and YerAnd picks Courtyard 2 any 4 of 7.
Yeah, the one thing I remember from this pick and ban is both of them really didn't want to pick Courtyard 2. They were assuming the other player would, so I'm not surprised to see it as the last pick. And then beyond that, I knew Yeesh was going to pick Gallery if it was open, and we got pretty good selection of maps here. Nothing too small.
Got a little bit of everything. We've banned the Balcony and the Modern.
We're getting started on Gallery. It's going to be Yeesh on the Spy side.
Yes.
I will do us the honors of counting us down when we're ready.
I'm ready to go.
Enough? Fantastic. So we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, playing it. We got a Yeesh on orange dress.
A little bit of wiggling around.
Yeah, you'll notice Yeesh's pathing is generally good except for when it's not. That bug is coming up, maybe? There we go. He got that just in time, by the way. Ambassador bailed out as he was
It
doing
wasn't
it.
too obvious for sure there. It could have been visible if he was looking for a lean, but it doesn't look like he's caught it because he's not highlight.
From your experience, does YerAnd delay his highlights?
Not really. I don't think so. At least, not by like 30 seconds or anything like that.
Yeah, I know when you're watching my play, if I see something and I don't shoot for it, they get highlight immediately, and then the camera is like staring at them the whole time. It becomes blatantly obvious that I know. I don't think YerAnd
I
knows.
try
So I
not
think
to
this.
do that, but
I don't even try. That's the problem. With
we're
this,
hitting
Yeesh has got
65%.
yeah, Yeesh will get set every time he plays. Is very good at hitting the screen tests. YerAnd's not bad, but Yeesh is, I think, the best player in SCL at hitting the greens.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
YerAnd's getting quite a few lowlights. I think it might be something to do with pathing for Gallery.
It's probably pathing.
Oof, this BB, along with the lowlights he already has, puts it down to just a few suspects and only...
There's, I think, 6 left or 7 left.
2 highlights. Fortunately for Yeesh, he's not one of them.
Was the other DA in conversation?
I'm not sure.
Here we have another DA in conversation.
Yeah, Yeesh is eyeing that seduction target. If he greens it, and he does, we have 2 missions to go. Ooh, probably actually the banana bread. He got a lot of lowlights, and doing it again. There, fortunately for him, both his highlights are in that conversation.
Trying to
Okay.
look at this list here.
Banana bread.
We drop another banana bread.
Yeah, one more highlight down. The real question of how suspicious General is, because otherwise we're in trouble.
Surprisingly, orange dress here is actually pretty hidden, and maybe like not totally obvious.
Yeah, if he does another BB here, though, like along with potential Purloin.
So green test here.
Oh, okay. This is one way to
Banana
lose a game.
bread.
He had a lot of cover there, but I'm not sure. He had 3 BBs, not stick.
Yeah, yeah, that was the fourth one.
Goodness. I didn't even realize the DA had built out there, but apparently nothing go right for Yish that game. I don't think it was awfully played, but then he goes in red tests and it doesn't really help his cause.
So that's a 1-0 for YerAnd. Win on the sniper side.
Not to be unexpected. With the quality of the players, we're gonna predict that the sniper is gonna win. Not like one of them is really better than the other player, to an extent where that sniper advantage isn't bigger than the player advantage.
And YerAnd got out of that game with 19 lowlights with only about 2 or 3 left because of 4 banana breads that went off.
Yeah, but even before the banana breads, he was getting lowlights, and then I think he lost all of his highlights before the game ended.
Kind of unfortunate there. So
Yeah.
we're off to YerAnd as red plaid on the spy side.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
YerAnd taking a stop at our paintings here. Beautiful gallery we have. Some of the paintings are slightly misaligned, but I mean,
He took that bug.
And it took.
So, on gallery, generally, you do not want to be doing any sort of bug facing away or to the camera. You want to be perpendicular to the camera. I think YerAnd has some sort of idea that that pole that makes the door frame might have been in the way. It wasn't, but you still missed it. Oh, that was not pretty.
Yeah, YerAnd a highlight here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what YerAnd was trying to do there, if it was just a flub. But this is the sort of highlight you do not want to have. Like, a statue highlight, sure, they've done something that's half suspicious. Something that clearly yells out, "I'm a spy who messed up," like this, makes it you're gonna immediately become top suspect.
He's going for a hard print here, so he's requesting a drink.
Yeah, this is... We're gonna see a lot of fingerprints, I think, from both players.
That's a red, so he'll have to get a different fingerprint somewhere later on. He starts off his seduction here with 34%.
Yeah, to note, Yeesh is also getting a few lowlights, a few highlights that are hard to explain off the cuff. It's gonna be one of those sort of games, and why I love the newer batch of like strong players, YerAnd, Yeesh, Falcon Hit. You see a lot of lowlights and a lot of highlights, which aren't necessarily true, at least for some of the veterans. Some of the veterans just don't believe in lowlighting unless it's
We got a lot of lowlights here.
Yeah, these two both really good on sorting out the BB.
We've got about 3, 4, 5 characters left, 6 characters left.
If you ever want to catch someone flirting on gallery, this is exactly the spot where nobody ever bothers to go as an AI. At least 2 of them.
Yeah, you don't see much
paint,
doubling up on the left-hand side here.
Like, I'm not sure the AI are even allowed to do it, now that I think about it.
I think I've seen it. It's slightly more rare than doubling up on the right side because the right side pads are humongous, but I've seen it.
That's gonna be 3
You have
missions for
30 seconds
YerAnd.
left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, finished that seduced and that was it for him.
I'm
Because he
thinking,
had a chance at a heart there too.
yeah, I don't think he necessarily knew how suspicious he was, because that's very hard to know. But I don't think that the contact double agent on Gallery was really worth it, because it really just shone a light on the one guy, maybe two people that he had suspicion on.
Yeah, I'd either wait it out a little longer, but
Oh, no,
yeah, the double
this was a
agent here
good
is
shot.
kind of
If he
hard.
hadn't, if he had greened the fingerprint back at like 2 minutes,
It would have been
this
done.
would have been game. It's a very well timed shot. We move on to Panopticon, which I believe is YerAnd's choice. And I see no reason to hold back. Let's get started. In
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
So Yeesh is blue dress here, standing here. A nice early crash. A crash happens when he attempts to purloin and walks away while doing so. He's holding out some suspicion here, just standing at windows, hoping everything's kind of okay.
But it is not okay.
It's definitely not okay.
Yeah, I think YerAnd. Oh, there we go. YerAnd might have just went for low light people it wasn't, then highlight people it was. But now that Yeesh has eaten a highlight for doing nothing, I think it might just be a delayed reaction.
Yeah, I believe that he was probably suspicious of that earlier.
YerAnd is not a person to be juked out by bad pass. I think this is just causing more suspicion. And ooh, that was pretty.
And then a bunch of lowlights again.
I like
He's
that.
loving these paintings today.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he's gonna win this. I mean, he can green a few time ads, but I think your end might catch on to that. Otherwise, I just don't see how he's gonna get it away with this. It's already a very sorted party.
Mm-hmm. With only two kind of soft tells.
Yeah, he's doing the game that you want to do when you're not suspicious, and just get through half the game, get your 3 missions done, like banana bread or fingerprint, and then maybe just figure out how to win the game. The problem is that looks really suspicious when you're already the spy, because it's exactly what spies do.
Yeesh, adding time here.
Ish
And yeah,
is being watched. Yep, there we go.
probably top suspect for that crash. I wouldn't be surprised if Yarn really was just kind of watching until he did something that was guaranteed spy.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it was down to like 2 or 3 suspects, and he was definitely top based on the way that was played. So snipers taking games. Move on to the spy side for YerAnd
yes.
and get it started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yarn starting it off by blue bookcase. Got this fancy red tie on.
Yeah, but he isn't Red Tie himself, and that's disappointing, because I think Red Tie is the best character.
Striped red tie.
That's not a path.
Best friend
That's not a bug.
Blondo. Oh, that was a bug. I don't think it was seen.
Urine taking a fairly conservative flirt, which is kind of silly when his seduction target is literally back to back with Penguin. You're not going to be the most suspicious person in this conversation, don't worry.
I mean, your ST is allowed to make friends too.
No, she's ours, and only ours. This is a very quick game, by the way. I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
if YerAnd is trying to rush or if pieces just fell in front of him. I mean, this is a fingerprint. He just wants the fingerprint. Oof. That was a... Okay, so there's two reasons. One, he thought he did something he didn't, like microfilmed. Or he's shooting for Bloom stuff, like animation break on taking the book out, which I didn't realize was a thing that Yeesh particularly cared for.
I know Yeesh does know it, so I wouldn't be surprised if he shot for it. I do believe YerAnd knows it as well, but I believe it was incorrect there. I'm sure either
Well,
Pierce
that's the thing.
or Yeesh
I
could tell
never
us here right
actually
now.
know. I just put things back when I think it's right and assume that it's good. Oh,
Mm.
okay. So he's
So Yeesh,
he's
yeah,
guarding animations because he thinks
even
it
at blue.
could be potentially a microphone. Snipers are good. Spies, not playing awfully, but you have to play Bentley to get spy wins
Snipers
against.
are better currently.
We're on to ballroom. I believe was Yeesh's choice, which I would say is not necessarily a pick I thought Yeesh would do. I thought this would be a year-end pick, if anything.
I believe New York Ballroom's pretty balanced, so I wouldn't have minded it from either player, or
I'm just
not
surprised it
expected
was
it
the
from either
I
player.
was surprised it was the second pick. Um, I think it's part they were trying to avoid choosing Courtyard because they were hoping the other player would pick it. We're getting started. Yeesh on Queen. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go.
So we're staying AI controlled for a little bit, just wandering around the room.
He could have taken that bug if he wanted to, but he had to take AI control, and that was going to be the case very quickly. And being on your toes like that is not.
Just hang out in a conversation here, not too much he could do from here.
YerAnd already getting lowlights, like
Pathing is
15.
a very strong thing.
Yeah, no controlling is a way to absolutely destroy that. If you end
If
up
you no
lowlighting
control
someone,
for like a minute and a half and you're willing to do so, then totally. But I mean, you won't be low lighting for AI pathing in the first 30 seconds of a game.
well, no, that's what he just did twice.
Ah, it was like 45 seconds.
No, it was 15.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he likes this spot apparently, like near the ambassador, for pathing. Yeesh, however, is getting highlight for bad pathing.
Yay.
Did get the bug off. It might actually just be a highlight for the bug, but I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling it was just
That was
pathing.
a good while ago.
Well, if you're gonna green them, take them. That's a green time ad.
Get one of those fancy time ads. Probably not noticed.
Yeah,
With your end looking at the other side of the party.
YerAnd mentioned to me when we were playing our summer cup games that he feels like he's awful against time ads. I respectfully disagree. I can recall him shooting me 4 time ads, and he did shoot for a time ad last game, but I think that was in part because he was 99% sure it was a spy.
Hmm.
Green time ads are a different matter
Well,
entirely.
time ads themselves aren't missions, so it's not something you have to be watching for, but it's helpful to know that like something like seduce or inspects have slightly more time to complete.
Meanwhile, Yeesh is requesting drinks and rejecting them, which I think is the most suspicious thing in the world, without actually doing a mission. And then we're gonna go for suspicious flirt, but he's doing a lot of things that
A
have
very
been.
suspicious red flirt that doesn't get him any progress there.
Yeesh finds a way to win this. It's gonna be on the back of a civilian shot, unless I'm missing something. He's got time. He's done the time ad, but the
He can get
camera.
inspects here, and with Yusha's rate of green testing, I'm sure he can get another close green flirt and have that complete.
He takes 2 inspects. Along with the gallery game, Spy has not been kind to Yeesh so far. And the pan-off game he crashed. Yeah, Yeesh, hopefully not tilted. That would be where I don't want to see either of these players. I want a quality match. And YerAnd trying to get rid of more highlights. I'm wondering, I think going back to statues here after mid statues might have got him off the um, top of the list. He does need to red test a flirt. That would win him the game. That's a Twitch. And that's the game. Highlight takes the swap. Is it being watched? Here, it's the highlight taking the swap. It's not the low light taking it. Come on. And I think YerAnd might have seen it, but that's game. Yeesh gonna run into the corner, and we got our first spy win. It's 3-2. I think we might have a bit of technical difficulty. I'm gonna let Steph confirm that she's good to go before we move on to the next game. But that was a quality, I'd say, comeback within the game. Yeesh was in a tough spot, and I'm not sure what he did to get less heat. Maybe doing two statues individually was it, but it's the green test when they matter. It's the green swap when it matters, and then take the bug path to dance. Adorable. Come on, Urine. You don't know what you were thinking? I know what you were thinking. You were thinking that that's the spy, and then you just had 2 seconds left to shoot, and you didn't pull the trigger because you're a quality player. Okay. Steph's fixing stuff, but how's chat doing, by the way?
This might sound really bad, but this is what I got.
It sounds fine to me. It's different, but fine. Okay.
Sounds good.
If you're ready.
Yes, I
Okay.
am ready.
In 3. Microfilm here is awesome. You're not going to get shot for this.
Nice early microfilm.
No, get out of there. Okay. All right, we'll pause.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, from the top. We didn't get that far in. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
So you're starting off as mom and heading to bookcase.
I think he's not going to get shot here for the microfilm.
Pretty
I
sure.
think he is going to microfilm.
And he does. And he also gets a 34% flirt, which I didn't notice the first time.
And then he's going to leave the bookcase and go towards the center of the party. Oh no, he's going to go to statue. Game's hard. He's starting
going fast.
Yeah, he's going real fast. He did this on Panop, and now he's doing it again. I'm wondering if this is a particular strategy he wanted to do coming into the game. I know... Oof, that bug. That was max range. He might actually got away with that.
Not yet highlight, so I think YerAnd's got that.
Against players who are such prolific lowlighters, such as YerAnd and Yeesh, there's a couple ways he can try and play for the win. One is play so unsuspiciously that you are a candidate for low light. The other is just finish all your missions before they have a chance to shoot you. Um,
I think a microfilm's risky here.
I think microfilm at the bookcase is awful. I think YerAnd will do what he always does and go to that corner and microfilm there.
Yeah, but same as the Panop game, where if Yeesh knows that Yearn's been to one bookcase and he goes to another one, he'll be staring at animation, so he'll have to do really correctly there.
We're going to go for flirt first. He can also. No, this is an SDA. I was going to say this is not an awful BB if he goes and hangs out with General, but he's hanging out with the SDA instead. Not rushing the flirt. His seduction target was talking, so you know that the seduction target's not going to bail on you. But I think that's a large amount of respect given to Yeesh for Yeesh's ability to track flirt on a map that isn't really ever easy to track flirt because it's so crowded.
So he got that green there, so he's at 85%, which is a good setup for a flirt anywhere else at any distance.
This
And
is
he has a white
this is a
purloin.
Randy Purloin. Yeah, I I'm down for purloins at random times because why would you do a bad purloin? But the seduction target had just taken a drink. Like you're not gonna have anybody be suspicious for green. You're not in a particularly high cover situation. If he
He also
greened
has a
it,
whole minute to do any of the other two missions he has ready, which are both soft tells. He has one inspect left and one seduce left, right? So, I mean, he could have spent that time just 53 seconds, one inspect, one flirt, and he would have been done with the game with maybe banana bread.
banana bread, or I mean, he had half a microfilm, most of flirt, most of statues. Only 51 seconds. Like maybe a runoff to go do a time ad wasn't an awful idea, but that purloin was not the idea. I think we're in consensus on.
Purloin, yeah, it wasn't the best idea. That even if he had like flirted one more time and then purloined there and then gone somewhere else, maybe.
Yeah, he needed to get out of that conversation doing a timer flirt. He had to wait another 15 seconds or so. It would have been no fun. So Yeesh ahead now, hold and serve with that sniper win, and gonna look for another spy win on what is crowded pub. This will be a year-end pick.
I believe so.
Okay, we're gonna start with Alice, Speedy Alice, and 3, 2, 1, go.
A lot of bumping in the story right now.
Yeah, Ambassador's safe though, which is nice. As the sniper, Yeesh sneaking off with a drink real quick. If he wants to like get this delegated to double agent and just confuse everybody, that's fine.
I mean, that would. I don't think that'd be a very smart move, having to be the first person to kind of leave the bar and delegate to a DA. Probably not a good idea.
You'd be hoping that the sniper would be distracted with their housekeeping, like getting the low lights on the cast, making sure the ambassador is safe, memorizing the statues. You're gonna run off with that drink and do that immediate purloin. It seems like Yeesh took the drink and is now gulping it. No value of the drink.
It was early enough in the game that maybe Yaren is not necessarily. Oh, never mind. High suspicion.
That's a good swap.
It
He
was a
had
pop.
visibility. Yeah, he sees Papa.
Banana bread.
He's watching for it. And the
Shoot him. You
purloin
have 8
comes off.
seconds. If you don't see it, it's over.
Yeah, that purloin came off right as the BB, right as the swap. Everything's gross. Can we get a replay on
That's
that?
what you call a rush.
That was amazing. I'm flabbergasted. I didn't even realize. When did he get the purloin to go off? Like hours ago?
Pretty much right as our
Banana
best
bread.
friend Green Dress here kind of gets into conversation. and then Yeesh leaves with her and goes to statues. I would have probably eyed that statue way longer than
Well,
YerAnd did.
the
But I guess
purloin was going off like as he was dealing with the purloin. The statue got swapped,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he was trying to deal with the statue swap and the purloin, the banana bread comes off, and what a game.
I'd probably still stare at that statue to be like, oh, this person that just joined conversation had a BP. But I mean, I'm looking at this through a spectator and not the thrill of the match.
Yeah, I'm sure Yeesh is proud of himself. This is one for the ages because that was just sexy. Let's move on. YerAnd, you're gonna rush too, right? We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Another queen, another not taken bug. This case couldn't do so because he had the drink in hand. And a large lineup at the windows.
I expect YerAnd to do some really good pathing on this map.
Is Yeesh gonna reward him for it though?
Probably not, but I mean, it's good practice to just keep doing it.
You're going for the old not take a drink strategy, which I mean I generally associate with AIs because people aren't that bold, and really feels he needs a time ad. The very
He's definitely doing the
dramatic.
opposite of Yeesh here. He's not doing any missions right now.
And now we got another pileup that looks like it could be a flirt. Where is seduction target? Can we go visit him? No, we're going somewhere else.
He's low lit already.
YerAnd has something in mind. That was a bug. I mean, it didn't stick, but
I'm pretty sure it was seen. That's a really nice wall swipe.
yeah. Like you thought there was an ATM there or something. I feel like the way Yeesh played that, he's like, I can't believe that just happened. And then just had to mental gymnastics? Words are hard. Had to mentally get into his head that he can shoot for what is 0 missions done. There was nothing done. Gymnastics. The anemone. No.
He was probably waiting for like the clearest shot he could possibly take. Just like,
yeah,
he's moving, we'll just wait until he stops. Make sure I don't make a wrong shot even though I know who the spy is. It's a very safe play.
It's a hard life when you get shot for completing 0 missions. That bug.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a really big, wide bug there.
So that's 2 spy wins for Yeesh. He's taken a huge lead here at 6-2. YerAnd's going to have to snipe perfectly and get some spy wins. It's going to be his most likely way to make this comeback. But we didn't expect there to need to be a comeback from YerAnd. This was to be close, if not, I would say YerAnd has a slight advantage. But that's not the case. We move on to Double Modern 3 or 5?
Yes, any 3 or 5.
Who picks this map? I mean, Yeesh does apparently, but we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeesh's pencil stash, starting off with nothing, just simple talk.
Yeah, with the seduction target doing really suspicious twitchy things at the window. You can't like go run over there and get the flirt because the seduction target's gonna bail as soon as he tries to. That is not how you flirt. You're flirting with the wrong man. I guess if you green them all, it makes you look less suspicious, and you still win the game. Nice path by Queen. Nice catch by on the low light by YerAnd. And this is a good fake BB. Everybody
This is
in
a
the
very
conversation.
good PPV. There are two people talking in this conversation, one talking to the other, and Alice leaves pretty quickly and interrupts, or gets interrupted.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna get shot, I feel Alice with the BB and leave looks particularly suspicious. But this is double modern. Someone has to either convince you that they did a bug, that they did a purloin, or that they did 2 fingerprints.
That's a white
It's
flirt there, 61%. It's really not what you're looking for. It's guaranteeing at least a 3 flirt game.
yeah, I'm wondering what the hardtail's gonna be. 'Cause it's not fingerprint.
Yeesh only needs 3 more games to win, and YerAnd needs 6.
If you're gonna
It's
green
gonna
all your
be pretty tough
tests,
here.
purloin's not awful, but that's not green.
That was white. And that's a win for YerAnd. So 6-3.
We got the perfect frame of the spooked Salmon Danger. Danger is my favorite post-game character. He looks so silly when a shot goes off. Yeah.
The drink was also offered to a low light before coming over to you, so I wouldn't have been too suspicious of the person
Queen was
before.
the only reject there, and Queen was the low light for some sick pathing. Even if he didn't see the animation, I don't think YerAnd was gonna ever not take that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Double negatives are strong. Yeesh. Gonna move on to the sniper side. YerAnd really wants to pull one off here. I'm hoping that something sneaky happens because he's gonna need either like a time ad purloin or just a fantastic bug to get out from what's been a very strong sniper side from Yeesh so far. Get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Starting off as who we call Irish, some people call her Greek or green.
Why don't we just call her green dress? Like, she has a dress. It is green.
She also has pants.
They're very nice pants. They're also green. What? Let's just call her green pants then.
Just green.
Just green.
So we have a
Green and
51% flirt. That's a really good flirt. Better than a 61 for a 2 flirt, but 51's a really good start. There's no way you can get less than 68 for the next one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we just hang out here and really hope Seduction Target chills with us. I'm just wondering what the next mission's going to be. If enough to reject here, there's been a nice bit of a reject chain. This is not going to be an awful green purloin, but white's going to be brutal.
White still goes to suspects, I think, but the fade is pretty apparent.
Yeah, Double Modern's not a map where the purloin is going to have cover.
You need to do the purloin on the other side of the map if you want to do it, as in like facing the camera, so that the tray is either behind you or behind someone else. In this view, it's just really out there and it's really hard to see.
And the Seduction Target leaves unsatisfied. We only greened the flirt as we died.
We did get 85%, which is still slightly more than the 61, but here we got sniper wins for both sides here.
Yeah, don't call it a comeback. YerAnd down 7-3, and he does have the advantage. If it goes to an 8-8 situation, he does win the tiebreaker.
He does, but he'll have to win 5 games out of the next few.
There's a map that you can win on the spy side randomly. Courtyard 2 will be one of them. We're going to start on Yeesh, though, as the spy, and YerAnd really needs to clean this game up as a sniper. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeesh as our best friend Red Tie.
Yeah, he's
the Red Tie.
Best character in the game of Flirt, because he's not the best character in the game. We have characters like the dog.
The Banana Man.
Yeah, no, we have the dog. Who controls the queen robot.
34% on the flirt. Very strong white flirt here.
Yeesh hitting a white test on a flirt? What is this?
I mean, this is, I think, the third one in a row compared with the ones from the last game as well.
Pick up your game, Yeesh.
Gotta start talking. Okay,
yeah,
okay. You definitely want to avoid no-talk conversations because if the sniper catches them, it guarantees the spy being in that conversation, no matter how large. If it's one or two, or it's two people, then it's between two people for the whole match if it's caught.
Yeesh taking this one slow, which is, I think, probably actually expected after that pub game. I don't think you can pull off two amazing. Ooh, hello. Yeah, that's not what you wanted.
That's a bug.
I'm thinking that if the ambassador had gone like on the statue side, that bug would have been better, despite the fact it would have been exactly the same amount of visible. That just looked like a bug, and YerAnd agrees, and the bullet agrees.
Yeesh could have hoped that YerAnd was still looking at the other side because he does rotate around during that bug. It's not like he's standing there staring straight at it, but he is rotating back.
YerAnd
It definitely
on
would have been better if he was
SPY
still on that side, though.
I'm looking at a lot of people standing in one spot on this courtyard start, but we'll get
I love
started
these starts.
in 3, 2, 1, go.
Even better starts are when their arms are sticking straight out on both sides, like the helicopter. Those are the best starts and finishes. I mean, starts, they don't finish like that. But sometimes you'll see it in a replay and it's always entertaining. Start off in a conversation.
Oh, here we go.
Best
Green
fake
BB and a
BB
green
you can possibly
purloin.
get.
Yeah.
Seen real get two low lights, but he just pretends that he does them.
Yeah, unfortunately that SDA was in his conversation, which probably shines a bit more light on this purloin.
But did you notice that was...
Banana
Did he
red.
notice that was green?
He hasn't shot White Danger yet. He's going through alibis, it feels like. These lowlights are coming off slow, but I still think they're based on the purloin.
YerAnd's not low lit for it. Yeah, talking about highlight going to statues. If he can inspect here, he'll get 2. And he can either seduce or go hard and get a...
Why? Why are we swapping here?
Wow, why not? It sounds like a fun
Because
time,
you have
right?
1 minute and 30 seconds to finish 2 flirts. That's why. Oh, are we serious right now? So the one person, the guy who takes the actual list, is the one who goes and picks up the statue. I don't think he actually saw the statue, but
I don't
come
think he
on,
saw the
game.
swap.
Yeah, I don't think he knows. Sorry, yeah, he didn't see the statue to see the swap. But the one person who could make that swap look amazing goes to statue. I might actually.
These situations happen once in a while where the sniper's top suspect is the one that ends up completing the missions before you do.
I'm actually lying.
It feels pretty bad.
It was Brown Dress over here who picked up the actual statue. But
yes, our White Danger friend just end up at statues after having at least a BV and a purloin.
Test White Danger. Learn to play SpyParty. Terrible spy play by White Danger. Good job on your end, and good shot by Yeesh, identifying someone who's finished.
And we're back on our doubled map, so we're starting again with Gallery and a 4 of 8.
Good news for Yeesh. We're starting off on the map he chose, and while we went Sniper 1 both the first time, we'll see if someone can get a spy win. Getting started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeesh has snaps.
I don't think we've seen snaps today.
Not much. Starting off in conversation with a flirt, we have 33%.
Yeah, these guys have not slowed down. I would not be surprised to see some dramatic play coming off the top here.
I would love some spinning in a match, maybe. A cough, another... We've had a cough and a crash, so all we need is a clank.
Yeah.
And we've got the trifecta of
C's.
sound effects.
Oh no, they all start with C, don't they? Cough, clank, crash.
Crash. Yes.
Where are we going, Yeesh? What's the game plan? Paintings? You don't get missions at paintings. I think he's eyeing down the seduction target, which... Oh no, maybe briefcase? No. Seduction target. He's gonna finish flirt before getting too excited about other missions, which is fine.
YerAnd needs to win 3 of the next 4 games to win, and Yeesh needs 2.
Yeah, he needs to win the sniper games. You can't afford to drop this right now.
So we have our seduce done.
This is aggressive fingerprint grab.
It is a difficult one because someone else has been at that statue before. Trying to get a lot of missions out of this.
That's a 3 cycle,
out of the statue here.
Yeah, he's doing the full 2.5 missions. Well, no, 1 swap plus half a fingerprint plus, I guess, 2/3 of your statue.
You could just go inspect and fingerprint something else, and that'd be it. You'd be done.
He's running away with the book.
That was noticed. Let's see if YerAnd remembers who was at that statue, though.
I have a feeling Yeesh might not visit that statue.
I think he thinks it's red plaid.
Uh-oh. No. No!
That's not what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't think Yeesh is going back to the statues. I think Yeesh is going to be happy with his low light, and then we'll put the book back at some point. He could also just walk into conversation and BB, and this game would be over because red flag is so suspicious. Not suspicious, top suspect. Bit of a difference.
There's a very high chance that our red plaid here is gonna get shot. I almost got shot earlier, so if Yeesh in any way makes red plaid more suspicious, I'm sure Yeesh will win this one.
Yeah, he decides to put the book back correctly, which means we're going for statue as the last mission. It's gonna be hard to shoot a low light without the BB happening.
You have 8 seconds of the mission when countdown and 11 seconds left in the game, so there will be no overtime here.
So we're at a point.
And Yeesh wins that one with another mission win. It's unfortunate that he was low lit.
Yeah, he had it down to 2 and then 20 low lights. He was under the impression he knew that statue, which he just apparently did not. Yeah, I think he just thought red plaid was at the statue prior to purple dress swapping it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he saw.
We have a chat. Permit. Okay. So we gotta have a YerAnd sweep if we're gonna see YerAnd win. Otherwise, it's Yeesh on top.
Yes, Yeesh has mission win written all over these 3 games here. If he can win any of them, he wins.
So we'll get started on the first of our 3 match points. In 3, 2, 1, go.
YerAnd starting with Western Penguin here, Batswaggle.
I lied, he's the best character. Hold on.
And YerAnd starting off with a microfilm for the 3rd time this set. Has a highlight.
Wondering if it was for the microfilm or for the books again. Either way, not a good spot for YerAnd.
It was very visible there as well for that microfilm.
Blue bookcase never really has much cover unless they're somehow holding you behind the wall. But that's.
You just hope that there's a wall of people in front of you and you'll be happy. But I mean,
like in that in that conversation area. I don't look for it because I don't feel it happens that often unless it's like very early
highlight
in the
at
game.
blue bookcase. YerAnd is at red bookcase.
He greened it though.
And microfilms again too.
Yeah, that green was probably necessary. Green microfilm is actually surprisingly hard to catch. That's a twitch. That's a BB.
Banana bread.
So that's a BB. About 8, 9 lowlights here if you can get them.
That was very clean. Good job on you, Yeesh. That was fantastic. Low lighting. Is this fingerprint? No. You can go back to the blue bookcase for a fingerprint, but then he's done 3 bookcases, and I'm not sure that
Just
really
hope that
adds
he
up to a win.
wasn't seen as one of them. So I have one set of inspects. If he goes to another set, he'll probably get shot here.
Weird little pathing into the statue, but this could be a shot, and it is.
Yep.
Right
So
into the small.
Bronze Division Championship goes to Yeesh.
Yeah, so it'll be on YerAnd to then have to play another game, and he'll play the no spoilers winner of Checker Signerf.
It was streamed, and
Oh,
I
it was
believe we'll
streamed.
be casting hazards. So, Checker won. He beat Sinyev in the hazard match from Silver. So YerAnd will be playing Checker for a spot in the Silver Division.
Go check out the stream, by the way. That was also a very close and good set in the Checker Signerf game. I feel like YerAnd's going to go into it a bit favored. # sorry Checker. But did not play what I expect from him on the spy side by YerAnd. He was taking things that were a bit unconventional, and unconventional being code word for unoptimal, which is code word for bad. Like I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know why he took that swap on Courtyard 2, which he won that game. He won that game, and I still was questioning it. And then, and the other games he lost, I'm just like, I don't know why he didn't just like flirt it out.
I think the best example for that is the Purloin on Ballroom. It was pretty unnecessary, I believe. And it's a hardtail that he didn't have to take because he had already one hardtail, and all he'd do was finish off his other softtails and get that BB, and that'd been it for him.
That being said, good on you, Yeesh. Very strong spy play. You hit your greens, but beyond that, he was taking the right risks and getting rewarded for them. So I feel like Purloin happened in like 80% of the games.
And microfilm for 3 at least.
Microfilm, glorious microfilm. We're moving on to Perez versus Scallions, which is the gold promotion match.
Division, yes.
And this one, while I was under the impression YerAnd versus Yeesh is a very close matchup, I had YerAnd as a slight favorite, but they end up tied at the end of the season. Perez has a pretty brutal record against Scallions. I believe it's like 20-3. If you're counting games, and he's never lost a set to Scallions with that sort of record.
Yeah, they've